A glimmer of life extinguished tragedy in Khan Yunis. The world watched in horror as news emerged from Khan Yunis, a city in the southern Gaza Strip. Israeli air attacks targeted residential homes, places where families sought refuge. Even makeshift tents, symbols of displacement and desperation, were not spared. The aftermath was unbearable. 9 women and children, their lives tragically cut short. This heart-wrenching incident is not an isolated event. It is a grim reminder of the daily suffering endured by Palestinians in Gaza. The death toll continues to rise, a stark testament to the human cost of this enduring conflict. These recent events underscore the urgent need for a ceasefire and a peaceful resolution. The international community must act decisively to protect civilians and prevent further bloodshed. A year of unfathomable suffering, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The Gaza Strip, once a place of vibrant life, has been transformed into a scene of unimaginable suffering. Since October 7, 2023, the region has been embroiled in a conflict that has claimed the lives of over 44,000 Palestinians. The statistics are staggering, painting a horrifying picture of the human cost of this conflict. Over 104,000 people have been wounded, many left with life-altering injuries. The majority of Gaza's population has been displaced multiple times, their lives uprooted by violence and fear. They live in a constant state of uncertainty, facing hunger, disease, and the threat of further violence. The international community has a moral obligation to alleviate this suffering. Humanitarian aid must be allowed to reach those in need, and efforts must be made to address the root causes of this crisis. Reduced to rubble, the annihilation of infrastructure. The relentless bombardments have not only claimed lives, but have also decimated Gaza's already fragile infrastructure. Buildings lie in ruins, their former purpose barely discernible amidst the rubble. The scale of destruction is staggering. 63% of Gaza's buildings have been damaged or destroyed. Schools, once places of learning and hope, now stand as grim reminders of the conflict's toll. A staggering 87% of schools have been damaged or destroyed, robbing an entire generation of their right to education. Universities, too, have been targeted, further hindering the prospects of Gaza's youth. The healthcare system, already strained before the conflict, has been pushed to the brink of collapse. With 84% of health facilities damaged or destroyed, access to essential medical care has become a luxury few can afford. The plight of those who serve, attacks on aid workers and journalists. Amidst the chaos and destruction, aid workers and journalists strive to provide assistance and report on the unfolding tragedy. However, their noble efforts have been met with violence and hostility. Over 318 aid workers have been killed since October 2023, their lives tragically cut short while trying to alleviate suffering. Recent reports suggest a disturbing trend of targeted killings of aid workers by Israeli forces. These allegations, if proven true, represent a grave breach of international law and demand immediate investigation and accountability. Journalists, too, have faced immense danger while carrying out their duties. The killing of Palestinian journalist Islam Maqdad and her son is a stark reminder of the risks journalists face in conflict zones. Their deaths are an immeasurable loss to the pursuit of truth and justice. Section 5. Beyond Gaza: Violence and Oppression in the West Bank. While the Gaza Strip has borne the brunt of the recent violence, the West Bank has not been spared. The occupied territory continues to witness a steady increase in violence, with 719 Palestinians killed by Israeli forces between October 2023 and October 2024. The expansion of illegal Israeli settlements continues unabated, further fueling tensions and displacing Palestinian communities. Over 20,000 new housing units have been approved in these settlements, in direct violation of international law. The international community must hold Israel accountable for its actions in the West Bank. The expansion of settlements and the displacement of Palestinians are illegal and undermine the prospects for a just and lasting peace. Section 6. Echoes of conflict: Lebanon drawn into the fray. The conflict, tragically, has not been confined to the borders of Israel and the Palestinian territories. Neighboring Lebanon has also been drawn into the fray. Israeli airstrikes and a ground invasion lasting from October 1st, 2023 to mid-November 2024 resulted in thousands of casualties and widespread displacement. The fighting in Lebanon further destabilized an already volatile region, adding to the humanitarian crisis and raising fears of a wider regional conflict. The international community must work towards de-escalating tensions and preventing further bloodshed. Section 7. The wheels of justice turns slowly international legal action. In the face of mounting evidence of war crimes and crimes against humanity, the International Criminal Court, or ICC, has taken significant steps. Arrest warrants have been issued for Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Gallant, signaling a commitment to accountability. The International Court of Justice, or ICJ, has also issued a landmark advisory opinion, deeming Israel's presence in occupied Palestinian territory unlawful. The court further found Israel in violation of the Genocide Convention in Gaza, a damning indictment of the ongoing atrocities. These legal actions, while slow in coming, offer a glimmer of hope for justice and accountability. It remains to be seen how these legal proceedings will unfold, but they represent a significant step towards ending impunity and upholding international law. Section 8. A world-divided international response to the crisis. The international community's response to the crisis has been mixed, reflecting the complex geopolitical realities. Some countries, including the Netherlands, Canada, and the UK, have taken concrete steps by suspending some arms transfers to Israel. The EU and UK have also resumed funding to UNRWA, the UN agency providing vital assistance to Palestinian refugees. However, the United States, a key ally of Israel, has continued to provide unwavering support, including approving over 100 arms sales during the conflict. The US has also withheld funding from UNRWA, a move widely condemned as counterproductive and harmful to the Palestinian people. This disparity in response highlights the challenges in achieving a unified international front against the ongoing atrocities. A coordinated and principled approach is needed to pressure all parties to end the violence and work towards a just and lasting peace. Section 9. A call for peace towards a just and lasting resolution. The situation in Gaza and the West Bank is a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for peace. The cycle of violence, displacement, and suffering must end. The international community has a moral and legal obligation to act decisively. A just and lasting resolution must address the root causes of the conflict, including the occupation, the expansion of settlements, and the denial of Palestinian rights. Dialogue, diplomacy, and a genuine commitment to peace are the only paths forward. The time for empty rhetoric is long past. The world must act now to prevent further bloodshed and create a future where both Palestinians and Israelis can live in peace, security, and dignity.